Good morning, John.
You've been working hard this weekend on all this stuff, Shabbat services and this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's
It's a, it's a joy.
it is a joy, and it's the joy. I have to say, you know, in that big house experience, I had a lot of time to really practice my Hebrew, so it was really great that I could not only read it but understand what we were doing on the Ten Commandments.
Huh.
So that was great.
Yeah.
It's anyway.
I attended the DC Bar um, event last Thursday, I think it was. Shelley Broderick won the Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
I like Shelley. She was good.
Yes, the highest award that they give.
I guess I should. Well, officially 2 years from now, I can have my license back. So
That's great.
I think I'll do that, and just to have it to help people.
Yeah.
New York, I have to take an ethics class and pass the ethics exam again.
Okay.
I have to find out whether I can take the ethics test, ethics class down here. I don't know.
Who knows in 2 years what will be.
Oh my gosh, what a different world, huh? Well, I had a wonderful walk with the dog this morning with my sort of new puppy, and
What do you mean, sort of new puppy? Did you
well,
adopt?
I've had her for a year now. She's 17 months.
Okay. What kind of dog?
A rescue, but she looks half Dalmatian and something else, and a lot of fun. And after our meditation, I'm going down to the city to, we are going, I should say, up to the city to have lunch with Emily.
Where's she living?
She lives in the lower part of my house on 18th Street.
Uh,
And Calvert Woodley has I think it's kind of neat thing. They have half-baked bagels. So you pick them up there and you put them in the oven for about 10 minutes and they're better than fresh bagels.
wow.
So, but I tell you, I've been doing so much with my re-entry folks, my 4 or 5 guys that I've been mentoring for 5 years. And God, they have so many problems.
Yeah.
But don't we all, but still.
No, I know it's all relative, right?
So we do the mitzvah we can. So how have you been?
Um, Pretty good. Pretty good. I have no. I need to get outside a little more. But other than that,
Where are the kids? Do they have their own places you can visit, or
well, Ariel's in LA, so that's a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
And Sally lives home. He's at his girlfriend's this weekend. She
Mhm.
moved back in with her mother during this period. For just recently, she had her own place, but
Mhm.
the she was teaching at a charter school that was very dysfunctional that kind of forced her out.
Hmm.
And then she was teaching kids in China, and she still is. Just doesn't make a whole lot of money.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the trouble that you're really stuck now. Either it's very hard to be in the middle. You either make no money or you make a ton of money for so I would say 2%. Anyway, although a lot of government jobs pay amazingly large amounts for. I know a 30-year-old that's a GS-13 making 105,000. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. But depending where you go in the government, I mean, it could be pretty distasteful today.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Kevin Teichman and I talking a little bit. He just retired, as you probably know.
Yeah.
And he, I don't know how he stuck it out all these years. And Ethan says he's going to quit anytime now.
Yeah, he's still holding on, huh?
He said he's had enough, and I guess it was a blessing when Reagan asked me to leave. Uh,
Well, I still, I'm at the 9/11 fund,
Are
and
you really? Wow, good for you.
we're really kind of kept separate from the rest of we're part of DOJ, but we're kind of immune from everything that's goes on there. Thank God.
Well, that's very good. Yeah, it's. I'm so glad you're still doing that. It's. You know, Susan's sister was one of the 9/11 victims. She had an office right next to the towers, and her lungs are damaged. So
Did she file for relief?
she filed for relief. She gets some medications and tests and things like that. I don't think she gets any income. I don't know whether anybody gets any income.
Yeah, well, you gotta if you've been deemed disabled because of conditions that are eligible under the under our act, and that's most lower respiratory, upper respiratory
Mhm.
cancers.
Oh,
So if she
cancer.
has
Yeah.
a respiratory, she can get, she should file a claim if she has it with, so there's two different entities. There's the World Trade Center Health Program and there's the Victim Compensation Fund.
Mhm.
Where I'm with the Victim Compensation Fund. So, for example, if she has let's just say asthma, that was deemed a condition that was caused by 9/11, just she can get a $20,000 check.
Oh, I wonder if she's done that. Yeah, she did go through the, you know, whatever they are officially called, but the 9/11 doctors, and got
Yeah.
got deemed eligible.
Right.
And then so anyway, she was a wonderful swimmer. She used to swim back and forth across the Hudson for recreation.
So tell her to look up the Victim Compensation Fund,
Hmm. Okay, I
and,
will.
and you can have her contact me if she wants.
Oh, thank you. Well, we've been doing a lot of 6 degrees of separation and 6 feet of separation, of course. Maybe,
Hold on, John, 1 second.
yeah, do your work. Let people in.
So you've been doing a lot of 6 degrees of separation with.
Oh, Susan has a cousin that we enjoyed. Um, and we had some friends and um, some friends down the block. We went down to Hank's Oyster Bar and picked up four lobsters and had lobsters on a big table in their backyard.
Uh-huh.
Stuff like that. And then endless Zoom meetings at the university. It's so funny to watch academia try to work its way through this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, and it really is funny. I mean, I know it's necessary and confusing, but still, it's just amazing how the way academia works.
So when do classes start?
Hi, Judy. Um, August, sorry, September 1. And the university, like so many others, have decided to do it all online. And so it's a struggle to figure out how do you spend 27 hours of class time keeping kids engaged. So that's and as a teacher that the best stuff is face to face in a classroom setting, which we can't do.
I mean, even, I haven't taught that much, but when I was teaching at GW, I mean, I was just amazed how many, I mean, I was just concerned that kids weren't connecting,
Mhm.
and they were in their device. They were getting, and I don't know if they're on.
What time did we start? 5:00 they start
Yes.
chanting?
Yes. I don't know. It was just very odd because I can't call people. It's hard to call people out because unless you're like there checking everyone's computer. So, I don't know. I think everything that's going on today, maybe kids are going to be more attentive.
I hope so.
I hope that, and I know there's a lot of, especially for younger people, it's a lot easier to move into an avoidance stage. Like I don't have to deal with this, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
play my games and I'm gonna surf whatever they do to avoid sort of the trauma that's going on in society.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess these kids that I'm teaching are in the sociology department, so I guess they have some kind of commitment to social service.
Yeah,
But the
you're undergraduate.
undergrads, that's right. Anyway, I'm going to change the subject very quickly. The Isaiah 2 has all those wonderful passages and comfort ye, and anybody who listen to the Messiah, you just have that gorgeous music that Handel wrote to that.
Mm,
Quarter of the Messiah is Isaiah 2.
mm.
It's just,
Do you go to Rachel's class after, or you're going to brunch after this?
yeah, I am. But yeah, that would be interesting to hear that. And it's so fun. I was saying to Susan that Isaiah 2 was taken totally out of context in the oratorio of the Messiah. Comfort ye that Jesus is dead. Which is not what it was there for. But it's interesting. So anyway, this is very comforting. This just seeing everybody on Sunday is wonderful, and then time to think about or not think about. Just let your mind, the chatter of the mind relax, I guess is a good way to put it. We used to do in yoga.
Yeah. Yeah, just observe it.
There we'll get through this. I don't think it's going to change much before November, December.
No.
I sure hope all these poor people get the extra money from Congress. So a lot of pain out there.
Yeah, we're at such a critical juncture between housing
Do
and.
you want me to leave the back door open or for the glare, or you're good?
I'm fine.
See you on the other end of
See you on the other side.
I'm just going upstairs. What's the air on?
70.
It's cold.
Been doing any exercise?
I have a spin bike at home,
Oh, good.
and I have a mini trampoline, so it's called
Wow.
rebounding. So I rebound, which is really good for the system.
Oh, I think that's great. I'm not sure I'd have the balance to do that, but I guess.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy, and I do a little bit of yoga. And I started a series of 6 colonics. Kind of like colonic is you clean out your entire insides.
Yes, high colonics I've heard about. Sure.
Yeah. So I have a guy who I think I had met like 30, 40 years ago, part of my yoga group, who has a place in Rockville. And I signed up with him he does that and lymphatic draining. So believing that a lot of disease is caused from the lymph not moving through the body. So
I, as I say, walk an hour every morning with the dog, and that's
right.
a couple miles, I suppose. And
you go to the zoo, or where do you go? Rock Creek or?
Well, it depends. You know, I've spent a lot of time in Virginia at Susan's house, and then yes, at Rock Creek sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it's just good. And I don't know. Have
Hi,
fun.
Paul.
The doctors say walking is as good as running. About 60, 70, 80% of what you get out of running. So I walk a lot. Paul, we are on mute.
You're on mute, Paul.
That'd be great. Hey, John. Hey, Jody, Steve.
Hi.
So you're gonna start with the yeah.
Yep.
And
Just a minute.
I'll introduce it and then turn over to you, Paul. Paul, do you want to facilitate the discussion at the end?
Sure.
Okay.
Or happy not to. Either way.
Moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam. Ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, moda ani lifanecha, moda ani lifanecha, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, ruach hai v'kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Moda ani lifanecha. Moda ani lifanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Moda ani lifanecha. Last time. Moda ani lifanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Ruach Chai V'Kayam.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. The program that we've all been participating in takes us through the month of Av, the destruction of the temple, with a contemplative experience using the Sefirot and returning us to Elul and the High Holidays. Each week, we are using one or more chants and a guided meditation that corresponds with an ascending Sefirot. The program supports cultivating aspects of ourselves in preparation for transformation and self-actualization during this epic period in our history. The times we are living in call for us to become spiritual activists and to emerge as our greatest selves. We honor this journey of liberation, revelation, transformation that is happening in every moment. The intention for today is moving from tragedy to growth, from destruction to flourishing. We are literally, historically, metaphorically moving from the destruction of the temple and all the tragedy that has fell on the 9th day of Av to many other Jewish historical markers, and now rebuilding after the destruction. Today is our third session in a 9-week program. One second, just admitting people. And it marks a key returning to transformation and redemption. We are mindful of the barriers that form old patterns of behavior, belief, and thought, fears that have transferred through millennia, through our ancestors, through our cultures, aspects of control, domination, slavery that have existed for millennia that we have adopted in certain memory cells. Today, we take a huge whack at transforming these, transmuting these, and eliminating them. Let the music, words, and chants, sounds, vibrations, energy, light that is present during this session clear whatever obstacles stand in your way and our way to rebuilding. May this next creation of ours be sustaining, joyous, and continue as an expression of freedom for all people. The Kabbalah and the Sefirot frame our chant meditation. Paul, can you share the Tree of Life? We led with Malchut on week 1, which was the foundation. Everybody could go on mute also, please. Planets, the planets, our universes, our hearts, our lungs, form the base of Malkut, form our grounding. And Malkut connects to Bina, if you follow that tree, and Bina is the mother of creation. It also connects to Tiferet at the heart. Last week, we talked about Hod, which is the right hip and the left foot, signifying acceptance with what is, gratitude, courage. And this week, we focus on Netzach, the left hip and the right foot. Netzach represents endurance and perseverance. It's associated in the soul with the power to overcome those obstacles which stand in the way of realizing our chesed, our aspiration to bestow goodness upon creation. Netzach denotes victory and eternity. Netzach is endurance, fortitude, patience to follow through on our passions. It's paired with Hod. It's viewed as the opposite of Hod in some cases. Netzach is leadership, the ability to rally others, to cause and motivate them to act. While Hod is community, the ability to do the footwork needed to follow through on ideas and make them happen. Netzach can also mean to conduct or to orchestrate. Means eternity. It's an aspect of revelation which stretches horizontally for all time. And as Reb Zalman said, Hod is like the Ferrari, Netzach is like a Jeep. And from Jack Kornfeld, Hod is the ecstasy, Netzach is the laundry. And with that, I am going to turn it over to Paul to lead us with our chants.
Good morning, everyone. It feels like Shabbat, so Shabbat Shalom, or Shalom Shalom. So as we embark on this journey of transformation and we're exploring the Netzach endurance, we have a 2-chant kind of journey that we're going to start with today, and then we're going to lead into an extended meditation, silent meditation. So we'll have a silence after each chant as well. So the first chant is, I'm going to put it up in the chat here. It's called Ana B'Koach. I think Meryl knows this. It's a chant that's focused on clearing the way. And it's a magical prayer ascribed to Rabbi Nehemiah ben Hakana. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. And in this practice, it's about, it's Ana B'Koach, Gidalut Yemincha Tatir Tzarura, and it's please with your strength of your right hand, untie our tangles. I'm going to put it up in the chat right now. So for this, I've been using this chant for, many, many years. And, I go into phases where I get tangled and I get disconnected and I get lost in my disconnection and stuck in my disconnection from my highest self or from my awareness of, there it is, who on my journey of self-actualization. So this is like a diehard kind of go-to chant, and I encourage you we'll practice it now, but also as we go through this week ahead, I encourage you to delve into Ana B'Koach. It's very soothing, and if sometimes like when my mind and my heart get blocked, there's all these tangles and webs of stories and self-criticism or whatever else is blocking me, or fear about what's going to happen. And I can't see the big view of our interconnectedness. This is a great chant to help return me to that place. So Jody, are you going to take this? Yeah.
Yep. Anabako wakadula yaminfa tati churura. Anabako wakadula yaminfa tati churura. Anabako yaminfa tati churura.
just sit in silence and let the chant work through you.
As each of us is responsible for untangling our own tangles, I just want to offer like a softer, slower kind of opportunity to embrace this chant. Anabekoa gedula yamincha tatir tzeruran. Anabekoach gedulat yamincha tatir tzeruran. Anabekoach gedulat yamincha tatir tzeruran. Anabekoach gedulat yamincha tatir tzeruran. So I want to invite us each to open our eyes for a second and look at each other in this sacred community that has come together this morning, and to know that we're not alone in our journey to untangle the tangles, and we're supported by each other, and we're supported by our community, this community, and our broader communities. And we're never alone. We're always embraced. And sometimes I lose sight of that. I feel alone and isolated or whatever. But part of the journey of embracing Netzach energy is that endurance, that long haul. And it's just more fun embracing togetherness and connectedness, and rather than isolation and aloneness. And as we go into the next chant, which is one of my favorite all-time chants, it's called Breakthrough, and it's Ivru, it's up in the chat there. And it's from Isaiah. I don't know if this is part of what we read this week. I'm not sure about that, but it's a chant that it means in English, go through the gates, clear the way for the people, clear the way of the people, sorry. And, I want to offer this, this imagination that we as a community are on this kind of journey of transformation. And Ivru is like a kind of threshold. If you imagine yourself at the brink of a threshold, it's almost like a gateway. I imagine a gateway. And I'm standing at the gateway, and I'm supported by my community. So we can imagine like people are, human bodies are creating the gateway. And like, you're at this kind of moment of fear and you're not sure what is on the other side of the gateway. And sometimes our resistances or our obstacles inside of us keep us in the pattern of that, because it's scary, going through the gateway. And so Ivru is a chant that supports us and enables us to walk through that gateway into that transformation. It could be a gateway between liberation and revelation. It could be a gateway between revelation and transformation, or any other way that you want to explore the chant. I've also used this chant in my own practice at times to it could be a gateway to ancestral realms or into future generation realms. Somehow, as we are going through our own gateways, sometimes we're able to connect with those other realms with this chant. So Jody, it's kind of a slow tempo. Yeah.
I did the other one the way Shefa did it on her website. That's why it was robust. Okay. Ivaru, Ivaru, Basher Arim, Panu Derek Ha'am, 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 Ivaru, Ivaru, Basher Arim,
Panu derek ha'am. Ivaru, Ivaru, Basher Arim. 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 Panu Derek Ha'am.
And the last time,
Ivaru, Ivaru, Basher Arim. Panu Derek Ha'am. Ivaru, Ivaru, Basher Arim. Panu Derek Ha'am.
and now just sit in silence and let the medicine of that chant work through you.
Let's just keep continuing our deep breathing. Maybe try to bring attention to our posture. Allow our shoulders to drop back a little more. Allow the crown of our heads to be pulled up to the sky. And just observe our breathing. Really practice deep belly breathing. So if we just open our palms for a moment and we offer gratitude to our moms and dads for a moment for bringing us into the world. And as we read the Ten Commandments yesterday, we honor our mothers and our fathers. And we offer healing to wherever they may be, to whatever they may be working through. And as we honor them, we offer healing for them. And so too, we honor ourselves and we are healed. And we offer gratitude and appreciation for our ancestors. And we hold them close to us as we hold each other. And we praise them for their courage, for their netzach, for their fortitude, for their persistence. And we offer healing to anything they may have struggled with or be struggling with wherever they may be. And in honoring our ancestors and healing, offering healing to our ancestors, so too are we healed, and we honor ourselves in the process. And we offer gratitude to all of our teachers, all of our coaches, all of our guides, all of our mentors who just surround us with an intention of strength and courage and hope. And as we honor our teachers, we offer healing to whatever they may be struggling with, so too are we honor ourselves and the teachings we got from them, and so too are we healed. And just marinate for a moment in that deep sense of gratitude. Just observe for a moment, point of light moving from above the crown of our head, and let it drop down through our crown, through our spinal column, to the base of the spinal column. And just feel in the palm of your hands that energy center right at the base of the spine. That place where Malkut rests. That place where all planetary formations rest. That place where we are grounded and whole. And if we imagine a triangle with one point of light going up to our left hip and another point of light going up to our right hip, to Netzach and Hod. And just imagine that center of the triangle. That's our core strength. Just imagine light energy. Imagine all the colors of the rainbow inside our core strength. Imagine our breath clearing the way as part of our core strength. Right in the center between Hod and Netzach is where we lie. That's Jacob. That's Israel. That's our balance. Just allow the beauty of our breath, the resonance of our breath, to allow us to move around in this central part of this triangle. Now if we imagine 2 points of light from Hod and Netzach touching into our heart, Tefirah, creating another triangle. And that triangle is also filled with all the colors of the rainbow. Beautiful sounds, textures, colors. And our breath is rich and deep. And we'll just move into silence for a few moments, repeating on our in-breath, Rabbono, I am master, and exhaling, Shel Alom of the universe. Breathing in, Rabbono. Breathing out, Shel Alom, I am master of the universe. And just stay centered in the light of your heart center, your Tefirah. And we'll come out on the other side with Jody leading us and clearing the way. Ana B'Koach.
I'm going to do a little softer version of Ana B'Koach, more in the veins of what Paul was leading earlier. Ana B'Koach gedulat yamincha tatir churura. Ana Anabakoach gedulat yamincha tatir trura. 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 Now just sit in silence for a few moments.
So we have a few minutes now at the end to share our experiences from the practices today, or this is our third week in the 9-week journey. Any reflections on anything over the past few weeks of this practice of the journey of transformation? I just want to say for me, like this kind of journey of ascending up this road, this ascending energy that we're tapping into has been really powerful. And it's buoying me, during the week when the days get tough and the news is dire and I get triggered from all the kind of challenges of my life and the world around us. And this kind of, catching this ascending wave has been really a gift. And I felt it really strongly today. As we shared these practices. So
If I may, I just wanted to acknowledge the beauty of the chants today, and my understanding of many great spiritual masters is their capacity to just remove the obstacles in the way, and the chants really embody that spirit of the great masters. And so I really appreciate, Paul, those selections, and Jody, your beauty and voice. And I just want to say that the thing about these lower Sephirot that comes to mind, and I think Mindy would agree, is the sort of the core. We're at the core. We're at this place where our belly health is our mind health. And so that's what it was sort of reminding me of. The energy that's going into this center area is so critical for us, for the flora in our bellies, for the energy that's there, the food that we put in, the water that we drink, and just really keeping ourselves healthy and vital and alive. And that's so much of where we are today in our journey. So I appreciate that too.
Carol, then.
Hi. I appreciated the discussion of Netzach and endurance and perseverance, and then how the chants kind of built on that, because I feel that that's one thing that we really need now to get through this time. So I really like the way they all connected today. I felt it.
And I wanted to thank you, Steve, today for your really deep expression of leading us through this journey. And I had this image. I'm sure you probably remember the album cover where it was a pyramid and then this prism of light. I can't remember who.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Well, I saw that at Netzach and Hod, and the light was like these Star Wars, kind of lightsabers going through my belly, and really feeling that it was clearing. And it was incredible, Steve. This was probably my best one. It was just, they keep getting better. So you guys, Yasher Koach.
Thank you.
Sheila, yeah. And then we'll come to you, Rabbi Sandy, yeah.
You're on mute, Sheila.
Sheila, then Rabbi Sandy, yeah.
Okay, one light thing and one a little less so. I hope you're enjoying the birds behind me. That's not. When you were talking about thinking about and honoring our teachers, it reminded me of a teacher I had many years ago at the high school part of Baltimore Hebrew College, Dr. Sam Avery, and he was an awesome scholar. I remember him saying one year, he was my teacher for many years, when he first came to the country from Poland after the war, he saw a student in New York wearing a t-shirt that said Yeshiva University, 1952. And he said he was so astonished because in Poland, if you were studying at a yeshiva, you didn't have a particular year of graduation. It was when your rabbi felt you were ready for smicha, did you get your, course, Yeshiva University doesn't give smicha. I think they don't ordain rabbis, but I remember that his astonishment. But I learned an enormous amount from him, and I thought of him with gratitude and appreciation and love when you said that. And also, this journey that we've started on has helped me focus on my desire to heal 2 relationships in my life. So to do some healing, and I've moved forward on that path, started that path. So thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. Rabbi Sandy?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for offering this, and it's definitely adds to the importance of just, for me, the grounding that I need. And I'm particularly finding having the Hebrew in front of me as I'm chanting, because it's newer to that, is very newer to the chanting so much of Rabbi Shefa's material. So that's just been very helpful. And I'm using the chat isn't as easy for me, so I just put it up on my own phone, and just being able to actually see the Hebrew deepened for me the meaning of the chant. So that was very helpful.
Sandy, I sent the chants out last night in advance, so keep an eye out on the listserv for that.
Thank you. I will do that, but I find just having, so I can do it that way, or I'll just put it, as long as, I'm just saying that for me visually, it's just it's an added way of deepening. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can work on that too, like getting it in Hebrew in the chat. The way I have it, it doesn't work, so I will work on that. But thank you.
I'm using, what I did is I pulled it up on my phone, and then I leaned my phone against the computer screen, and then I can see it, and so it worked. So thank you.
So thank you for leading us in Zoom practices that allow us to have all the translations right upon us. So that's awesome. Yeah, I just want to acknowledge Sheila, because I think like what you were sharing about, like, the work, that this journey brought you to, working on some relationships in your life. I think that is so powerful. I just want to honor you for that, and like taking this work into your life, and definitely like the Ana B'Koach chant, untangling the tangles in our relationships too, right? And then really restoring and clearing the past so that we can be our authentic selves. Mindy and I are doing a lot of work on that in our family, and this time is it's an opportunity for that healing to happen. So just the chants can be powerful medicines, as Jody says, to connect us into those opportunities. We're coming up to the end of the hour. I just want to say I'm really excited for Yesod next week. We debated whether Yesod came after Malchut, or Steve, Jody, and I went back and forth. I was confused. I thought it was, anyway. So we decided to do Malchut, then Chod, then Netzach, and now next week we're going to go into Yesod, and I'm really excited about that. It'll be a fun kind of next gateway that we're going to pass through.
I wanted to share just briefly. So when, depending on whose week it is to pick the chants, I had known Ivru, I knew that one, but I was learning Ana B'Koach, and yesterday I was driving to my mother's, and I haven't been driving that much, but in the car, it's like the perfect opportunity to practice the chants. And as Paul was talking, it's like I realized, because my mother is going, probably will pass soon. I don't know how much longer she's got here on this earth, but just chanting these really cleared the space for me to really be present with her, and just be with her in a space of love and connection, and not so much sadness and fear, but just really be able to be present with her. And as she was weeping, because when she sees me, she gets very emotional. Her dementia is really very, very far progressed. And I was really able to just be with her in a way that was just so beautiful, and just, you know, having her be perfectly okay the way she was. And before I left to go, I was very scared because I never know how she's going to be or how I'm going to be. So chanting these chants on the way there, I realize now, really cleared the way for me to be present. So
That's a lovely story. Thank you. Lovely.
Beautiful. Do you want to chant us out with one more round, and then we can all fit?
which one would you like? Would you like an
Anna
evening?
Bacoa again. Anna Bacoa is the. And then see you all next week. If you have to go, just we're going to sign off.
Anabakoach gedula jamincha atir churura. Anabakoach gedula jamincha tatir 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 churura. We can complete if you want to say anything.
Beautiful. Yeah. Wow. That was powerful.
They were beautiful chants.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, when I hear stuff like Carol said, or when people are bringing it into their life, that is really powerful.
Yeah, Sheila.
Sheila, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Great space.
Yeah. So we can debrief during the week, I guess, and plan for next week.
Okay. Enjoy the day.
Enjoy, enjoy the day. Enjoy the bay.
Could breathe.
Yeah. If you guys want to come down, let me know. We can do. It's a little hot right now, but
We could do some
we
social
just came
distancing.
late- and I just came late last night, and
Nice.
we're dealing with like COVID protocols, and it's like people are coming in and out, and so, and I don't know if you guys saw the chapel we're moving to.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I meant to answer you back in an email. As part of my the feng shui training, I've done a lot of space clearings too. So if you would
Wow.
like me, I would love to offer that as a gift.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
read all the articles you posted too. We have a friend who lives in the annex, who lives in one of the condos above the social gathering hall there.
He
When
was,
I
there's
saw
so
it,
many
it was like so. I said, "Oh my God, that is like the perfect place for them."
Yeah, it's been a
Like,
three
it's
and a
so
half
sweet
year,
there.
3.5 year search. We've put money down twice before,
Wow.
and withdrew, and then I don't know. We were under contract, so August 14th we close. We move in on the 21st, so maybe we could do a clearing. I keep imagining us doing chant circles there, and
Oh, it's the perfect
and
space. And I was thinking the sound,
yes,
the sound would resonate
like
throughout the
literally
house.
this morning I was there with us.
Oh.
I was like imagining us there, because it is an ascending. That's when we went there. I sat in the room for like 10 seconds and went up, ascending energy. It has that kind of zone. So
Yeah.
So what was it? It was a girls' school? Is
No,
that-
no, that's the annex was the girls' school where Paul lives. Well, the whole campus.
Where David lived.
started the hotel in
David, I mean.
1998. Then it became a girls' school.
I'll send Steve the link.
I saw it. I took a tour.
Read about it?
And,
Okay.
and
I
then
didn't read about it, but I took a tour of the house.
I
And in
read about it.
1942, the military took it over, and it was during World War II. It was a rehab, kind of facility of the Army. The chapel was active from the time all these phases. I think from this girls' school. It got built during the girls' school time. So,
And was there a basement to the house? Was there a lower level, or is it just
There-
one
no,
level?
there's a basement for storage. It's not for
Oh,
living.
okay.
Yeah. So
And I
it's
loved
there's
I
a lot.
love the upstairs with the glass, how the glass enclosed the other bedroom up there,
Yeah.
and just the flooring and the coloring and the stained glass. I was just like, I meant to get back to you about my reaction when I,
Yeah.
when I saw it. It's been on my to-do.
Yeah, the stained glass is original from 1901, so
Wow.
it's pretty amazing. Yeah, so look forward to having you over there. I think Mindy and I were like, well, it's big enough where we can be 10 feet apart inside. So we can do social distancing. And anyway, whenever yes, we love your feng shui. I mean, we've been trying to really, Mindy and I committed to creating it together, have the look and feel. And so we're working on that. And yeah, we want feng shui and
Just let me
decorative.
know.
Well,
If you want me to look at the
I don't know how that works. Actually.
numerical, I was gonna just do just the initial space clearing out and bringing in, sealing with your prayers, and you create your own. We co-create a process, a healing. I can't find the words. I'm still a little gone from the chants.
You were so beautiful.
A ceremony. We create a ceremony together. And
we should do that in the week.
Just whenever you're ready. And then if you want to do
before they move in though.
Feng shui, where I'm looking at the numbers and the geometric, when the last time the ceiling was closed, and the earth energy and the celestial energy, and how it casts a grid on the property and space. That's another thing. That's classical feng shui. And
Wow.
then there's the Western feng shui, which is more, I could have a conversation with you guys if you're interested in that realm as well, but I just thought for a blessing for the house and a clearing out of, because I don't know if I'll just share briefly. I did a clearing on someone's house. They were getting flooded. They just moved in. They were getting flooding. The wife was having extreme pain in her stomach and was scheduled for surgery. And I was referred to her by her therapist. And so when I went to the house, at first I'm like, oh my God, that's like heavy duty stuff, flooding, and she's scheduled for surgery. Are you sure I'm the one? And my friend said, you're the one. So I get there. Well, I also meditate in the Akashic records to get guidance, and it's fascinating. So I get there and the blinds wave back and forth in the house, like in the front entry, and I'm praying. Before I go in, I have a ceremony and I'm praying and surrendering to God, and I'm there as a vehicle for healing. And when I go in the house, and I said, oh, did you notice that I came, I saw the blinds moving. They said, no, we don't go into that room. And I go, really? Well, can you tell me a little bit about, the house? And, oh, well, the man who lived here before we bought the house died in that house. And that's where he died, in that room. And I'm going, okay. I said, okay, I can be with that. And part of it, and we created this gorgeous ritual. And I not out loud, but I told the man that we're there to coexist with him if he wants to stay, that he doesn't have to leave. That we're just here to bring healing and love, and that if he wants to go, he's welcome, that we allow that if that's what he wants to do, but we want to coexist together.
Wow.
And it was just fascinating. And the flooding stopped, all the mishigas with the neighbors stopped.
And she didn't need surgery.
And she didn't need, I didn't follow up with that and ask her if she wound up canceling the surgery. That I do know.
Wow.
But, it's like, so when I was thinking of the house and thinking of, that it was a hospital for recovering
Military.
With the military, that if there was any lingering anything there that was ready to be released, we could allow that space. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like amazing. Like, yes, let's do that. My question for you would be, should we do it before we move in? Like that, we have a week before we move in.
I would do it.
We could definitely do it then. And I mean, it's so funny because like the people we're buying it from, they're like, oh, we have all this. They had 2 grand pianos. They had like entertainment. They had dinner parties. So we're like, oh, that's cool. It's like a place people want to go to.
Yeah.
And so Mindy has had like one of her colleagues was like, we showed her the picture. She's like, oh, my sister's an opera singer. She will come and sing there. And she has a patient who's part of Mindy was sharing it with a patient, and he's part of a 4-person ensemble, and he wants to come play.
Oh, lovely. You can do what do they call them, Steve?
In home concerts.
Salons.
We'll have like a Shabbat salon, We'll have a potluck Shabbat, and we'll have a salon, and we can we can bring the spirituality and the practice, and and then it'll be like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm like, this is exactly what I need in my life.
That's lovely. It was just a beautiful healing space. I was really happy.
Yeah, I'm, anyway, there's the whole, well, I'll keep you posted. Just the week of the 14th, we close on the 14th, so
Okay.
we
And
move
talk
on.
to Cindy if you want other layers of looking at the house from a feng shui perspective of just where,
Yeah.
even where furniture goes, all that stuff. I do all of that kind of stuff too.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's all energetically. I do more energetically based and not so much the like rules. I mean, they're like when I first got trained as a feng shui consultant, there's like rules of like, you go through the house and this should be this way, this should be this way. You shouldn't have anything glass or sharp objects hanging over your bed, all that kind of stuff. And then it's like you really have to throw it all out and be present to what's there and what needs to happen. So it's an interesting process. If you guys wanted me to talk more about it for you, if you're interested in that, just let me know. I'm here to serve however you can use my gifts. Oh, and I wanted to show you. Anil gifted me this.
Anna L.
How do you pronounce it?
Anna L.
Anna L. I've been calling her Anil, and she hasn't said anything. Anna L.
Anna L.
Anna L. Anna L.
Like
Anna
the Hilton
L.
song. Anna Elna. That's
Anna.
the Hebrew name that she took on during Kol Zimra.
Oh, nice. Nice. And we're making a donation in her honor to
your organization.
Your organization. I'm going blank.
Build a movement.
Build a
wow.
movement.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's a very creative person. And, there's a lot of soul kind of energy that she puts into those necklaces.
Yeah, we had a ceremony and everything. It was wonderful.
Yeah, she's been trained as a shaman. And she's in a training program now. And so, cool.
Okay. Blessings, my dear.
Thank you.
Have a lovely Sunday.
Yes. Shalom, shalom. Oh, we'll debrief during the week. Let's debrief. Let's schedule a debrief. I have a couple ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.